The Apprentice gave Donald Trump substance. It allowed him to tell his story on his own terms. He got to sell that image to America, and they bought it. They loved it.
He became seen as a credible business person with a real track record, even though that was at odds with reality.
For 14 seasons, Donald Trump would use The Apprentice as an apprenticeship for the presidency.
My first time meeting Donald Trump, we walked into the boardroom, we were seated, and about 20 minutes later, the camera started rolling, and Donald Trump walked in.
16 entrepreneurs were there to compete for Donald Trump's approval.
Okay, folks, I'm really busy today, so we're gonna go quickly.
Trump shined in the boardroom, a set built on the 5th floor of Trump Tower.
He's perfectly made up. He's perfectly coiffed. He's perfectly lit. He's in the high-back chair making tough decisions. What does he look like? He looks like a president.
It was the makeover Trump's image desperately needed.
The Donald is facing an incredible cash
In the early 1990s,
he could become Atlantic City's biggest loser.
his business empire had collapsed.
Trump's name once meant gold. Today it means trouble.
He had been seen for quite a long time as a punchline to jokes about the excesses and the failures of the 1980s.
We had the gift bags.
What was in the gift bag?
And The Apprentice turned all of that on its head.
He was a plain-spoken, blunt-talking chairman of the board.
Why should you interrupt me when I'm not going to?
Because I'm being truthful, and I'll always be truthful.
How stupid is that, right? Here I am, I'm getting ready practically to fire this guy, and you keep interrupting me. You know what, Summer, you're fired.
It was not a real-world environment, but in that room, he could get things done.
But no longer with us. You're fired. I have to say you're fired.
Donald has lots of hand gestures.
Go ahead.
And so when he sort of did that movement with his hand when he said you're fired, we nicknamed it the Cobra.
You're fired.
Cobra, you're fired.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
It's just a motion. It's a theatrical affectation. But to him, it's a creation.
Please.
I have no choice, and I have to say that you're fired.
It was a reality TV performance that some say did not match reality.
Donald is, or was, reluctant to fire people. That was not something that he liked to do. And he was a bit of a soft touch when it came to that.
We have an elevator that goes up to the suite and an elevator that goes down to the street. You're fired.
That really cemented
Good luck.
the idea of him as the big boss.
All right, let me get Robin.
Is the guy you turn to, the guy who decides stuff, the decider-in-chief.
But for right now, Bill, you're hired.
27 million people watched the season 1 finale. Trump's star was on the rise.
Each season was supposed to have a different CEO. When the show was successful, we didn't want another CEO, we wanted Donald.
Donald Trump.
Trump starred on 13 more seasons of The Apprentice. He made millions of dollars. Now he was ready for a new challenge.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Everybody's saying I should run for president. Let me ask you a question. Meatloaf, should I run for president?
Absolutely.
Now, you would definitely vote for him.
His popularity was never higher.
What do you think, Star?
He could do no wrong at that stage.
Who would not vote for me? Come on. All right, good. I would say anybody that raised their hand would immediately be fired because they're stupid.
And I think that he realized, wow, if I've hit the high, where can you go from there? I want to be president.
A major announcement event.
Trump had used reality TV
Trump is running for president
to become a real-life political star.
Trump throwing his hat into the ring.
The Apprentice is the greatest single asset to his presidential campaign because for 14 seasons, he is viewed by the voters, by the population, in a perfect light.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
Now, I understand the elite say, oh, that's reality TV.
Our country great again.
Voters don't see it that way. Television news and television entertainment, it's all television.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
He had rehabilitated his image. The world knew his name. Donald Trump's apprenticeship was complete.